create interactive worksheets that automatically mark themselves using Google Forms and a script called Flubaroo. So let me show you how to begin. First, you just open up a browser. I'll open up Safari here and Google Drive. Okay. And then, if you have a Gmail account, you just log into your Gmail account. And if you don't have one, you create one. After you're in, then you go here on the left side of your screen and you tap Create. All right, and then, what happened there? Okay, Create Form. Okay, and then you give it a name. Okay, so let's say example. Now let's call this geography quiz. Geography quiz. Okay, just for example. All right, now here's then you choose one of your one of these templates they have here. So for example, I'll choose this sample form, Argyle. I like that one. All right, now your first two questions should always be identifying questions so that you know who does the work after you create the worksheet. So name, and you should make that text answer. Make it required, so you tick required there. And then you add text again. All right, and the text, next one should be, I always do section number because I have two different sections and that makes my life easier. And then you tap required questions so that they cannot submit the form or the worksheet unless they put in this information. And then the most important bit of information is, of course, their email address, because after it's marked by Flubaroo, which is the script that you insert into Google Forms, then there's an option to email it to your students automatically. So you want that in there so that that is possible, and again, your life is a little bit easier. All right, so now let's just do a couple sample items. So let's start with text. Okay, we'll just do another text. This will be number one. So the first question will be, what is the capital of the UAE? All right, and then we'll make this into let's make it a multiple choice question. Okay, so the first option will be Alain, and the next one will be, let's say, Abu Dhabi, and then the third one will be Dubai. I think most people think that this is the capital of the UAE. All right, so let's make that a required question. All right, let's add another text question. Go to here. Okay, so how many Emirates are there in the UAE? Okay, let's make this a different kind of question. Let's make check boxes. Okay, so the first one will be, let's see, 7 and 6 and 5. All right, let's make that a required question, and we'll do one more just so you have an idea of what it looks like, different kinds of questions you can do. All right, and then we'll have another text question, and this will be number 3. Number 3, what should it be? What would be another? Okay, when is National Day in the UAE? So maybe we should make this a UAE quiz. Let's change that to UAE quiz. These are all UAE quiz. Okay. All right. So when is National Day in the UAE? Let's edit that. We're not finished yet. So let's make that check boxes, paragraph, multiple choice. Choose from a list. Okay. So we'll say the first option will be July 4th, 1776. Okay, and then we'll have next one will be December 10th, 1971. And the last option will be December 2nd, 1971. All right, we'll make that a required question as well. All of these will be required questions. Okay. All right, so now we're basically done, and we can go here to the top and see where it says View Live Form. We can take a look at what our form looks like. Okay, and then we actually answer the questions ourselves, but instead of writing our name, we'll say answer key. Let's make this the answer key. Okay, now this response will actually be what the script that you insert into Google Forms will use as the answer key to mark all the other ones for you automatically. Okay, and I'll put in my email here at uaeu.ac.ae. Okay, and the capital of the UAE is, of course, Abu Dhabi. That's right. How many Emirates are there in the UAE? I hope this is right. 7. And National Day, I definitely know this one. This is a few days before my birthday. So I'm as old as the UAE. 42 years old. Shh, don't tell. Okay, and then you just hit submit. All right. All right, and we can close that. And then we go here to, where do we go? Then we go to responses. Okay. Let's see, summary of responses, view responses, let's go there. All right, so you go to open up review responses, and then you'll see that it's created a spreadsheet for you. Well, hopefully you'll see, yeah, there it is, okay. And now we have the spreadsheet there, okay. Oh, well, actually it looks like, yeah, let's see, it's working, okay, it's working. Another great feature of this is that it gives you, okay, there we go, there's my response, okay. It gives you a timestamp, so you know exactly when your students turn in, or when the people who are doing your worksheet or your form, filling it out, what have you, whenever you have this timestamp right there. Okay, so I'll just close that, and then I'll go to insert here at the top, insert scripts. Okay, and I'm going to type in search for Flubaroo. Okay, search. Alright, and then I'm going to install that. I think it's already installed, so it shouldn't take very long. Yep, that's right. Okay, then I'll just close that. Okay, I'll continue. And it's going to ask you for all kinds of things, all kinds of permissions. Just accept it blindly. Don't read any of it. You don't need to know any of that stuff. Okay, and then you're finished with that part of it, basically. Okay, and then what do? Well, then now you have this here in the top, and you can just tap grade assignment. But before you actually grade the assignment, you have to have at least one submission. Okay, so if you want to make sure that it's working, what you can do is you can go back here and take the quiz again, or not, up to you. Okay, and then after, and then if you want to send it out to your students, you just go down here to the bottom and select send form. You can add, okay, wait a second. Okay. Publish, and yeah, I usually do check both of those. And send form. And then you send, or you can copy the link, you can send it to yourself. I'll just send it to myself, yeah. Okay, my other email. And there you go, okay? So that's how you do Google Forms, and I hope that was easy enough to follow. If not, please contact me and I'll be happy to help you. All right, that's all for now. Bye-bye.